is brought to you by the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. JOI is the official sports medicine provider of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It is good for the first time here in Brenton, friends, on ESPN 690 to have Dr. JOI Carrasquillo on the show, orthopedic surgeon from JOI, Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Doc, thanks for taking a few minutes. Hope you're doing well.
Great, thank you.
Do you, how much are you paying attention to some of the injuries around sports, and how common do you see in your what you do on a day-to-day basis from a youth sports level and just a recreational level, just all the different injuries we get in our sports world?
Well, we'll see that on the day-to-day. As you mentioned, we see all kinds of injuries from contact, as you can imagine. I do mostly foot and ankle specialty care for colleges and high schools around the city.
How tricky can those be for parents and kids listening? And obviously, I would imagine with a foot and ankle, you're pretty obvious if you have something pretty severe. But what's the variation of injuries that you get? And also, how tricky can some of those be to recover and get back on the field or playing surface?
That's a great question. I mean, there are all kinds of injuries. Some of them are the common garden variety ankle sprain that requires a little care, and some other more dramatic injuries from fractures that will be a season-ending injury, and everybody wants to be back as soon as possible, and everybody wants to be treated with the highest technological advances and for this kind of injuries, and expect to be back sooner than ever.
I feel like we get a lot of sprained ankles in sports, kind of like to the tune of hamstrings. I guess we get a lot of hamstrings that we see. We've seen a lot of that with the Jags or even in the NFL as a whole. But are sprained ankles and say like a hamstring type injury, I know they're not similar by nature, but maybe by recovery time or kind of tricky in terms of the severity to judge how long an athlete might be out?
Yeah, it's quite different than a hamstring, but there are different kinds of ankle sprains that come unguarded by RT from a twisting injury, and then there is a high ankle sprain that may take a little longer and sometimes require surgical intervention.
Those high ankle sprains, those are a pest, aren't they?
Yes, they are. You can see every week somebody getting out because of it.
Yeah,
to get back sooner and sooner.
Yeah, and if you rush back, obviously it doesn't go so well. Hey, a little something different. We always talk about some of the injuries here on the show with our JOI docs, Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Dr. JOI Carrasquillo joining us right now. But you guys do a big charity effort around the Thanksgiving holiday with the Sulzbacher Center, Our Hearts to Your Souls Foundation. Can you give us a little bit more about what you guys have been doing and how you're helping the community?
Yes. This started as a nonprofit in Pittsburgh by the kids of a good friend of mine, Dr. Conti. And back in 2006, it quickly became a nationwide event. And sometime around 2008, we started doing it here in Jacksonville at Sulzbacher. So we've been going for 15 years now. And
obviously you serve a lot of folks with that, and is this as simple as collecting a lot of shoes for people to wear around Jacksonville?
Well, not only that, Brent, we also provide basic foot care for the clients at the Sulzbacher.
Obviously, that's a big deal. Our Hearts to Your Souls Foundation, joionline.net has some more information about that. Is this a collection throughout the calendar year? But highlighted right about now during the time of giving and Thanksgiving?
That is correct, during the Thanksgiving holiday, yes.
By the way, let's back to, what did you say again, Doc? 2006 it started, brought to Jacksonville 2006, 2007?
2008, yeah.
2008. So again, people can get a little more information at this, joionline.net. And this sounds like something that was near and dear to your heart that you brought down with you to Jacksonville.
Yeah, it sure is. It feels like, we have so much to be thankful, and we should be able to give back to the community. Yeah.
Absolutely. Dr. Hiram Carrasquillo, appreciate your time today here on Brent and Friends on ESPN 690. Orthopedic surgeon at JOI, Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. You can read more of Dr. Carrasquillo's story at joionline.net. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you, and go Jags.